Classroom management. It can be a fickle thing. Hi guys, my name is Davian. Welcome back. Today's vlog will be about classroom management. Bingo. I got all my notes. I don't have my coffee today. I have water actually. I have about 12-ish points. They're not in importance order, but I believe that they are worthy for you to know. So let's get right into it, okay? Classroom management, this goes for teaching overseas. This goes for working with EPiK. This even goes for teaching in America, working at a summer camp, teaching swimming. I have quite a bit of experience with classroom management, working with students of all ages. I have been working in Korea now for over a year and a half. I taught swimming for nearly 2 years. I worked in a school in America for nearly 2 years. Anything else on my resume? Let's take a little look. My degree is in linguistics, but I did take a handful of classes in method of teaching English overseas. That's a little background about me. Do I have your attention? First point is students are not your friends. Let me repeat that one more time so it sinks in. Students are not your friends. So treat them with respect. Yes, bond with them. Like I said, they're not your friends. You are the teacher. They are the student. You are there to guide them, teach them, obviously. They are there to learn, and you are an authority figure, not an authoritative figure. There is a bit of a difference there. With this first point, I mainly want to emphasize, don't be the cool teacher. There is power in being the cool teacher, but the cool teacher tends to get walked all over. So maybe try to be the fun teacher. Even that has its downsides. Like I said, I do think there are positives to being the cool teacher, positives to being the fun teacher, but they should not be your friends. I don't think, yeah, that is pretty self-explanatory. If you have any questions about that, of course, please let me know. I would love to have discourse in the comments. It's mainly about balance. So yes, be fun. Yes, be cool. Yes, know when to be serious, know when to have that. I like to say, I was thinking of it earlier this week when I was planning this vlog, have that iron hand in the velvet glove. You need to be able to be serious. It's not a game. You're teaching. You are a teacher. Teach. Know when to be fun, know when to be lighthearted, but also you have to know when to be serious. You can still be fun and hee hee ha ha and make jokes and be spontaneous and be animated. I'm not saying don't do that, but what I'm saying is that you have to be able to have that switch on and off and know when to, okay, like it's time to get serious. It's time to start the next lesson. It's time to transition. If you're having too much fun, too much laughs, sometimes the students won't take you seriously when they should be. So yeah, that is the second point, is mainly just know when to be fun, know when to be serious. Kind of gels into the first point. My third point is you have to, this is so important. I think honestly, probably one of the most important things on this list. So please listen. You're going to have to know how to move and behave with confidence in the classroom. I'm not saying you have to, strut in there and, do a backflip. No, I'm mainly saying that you have to behave with confidence in front of the kids, because kids know when you're not behaving with confidence. Kids know when you don't have authority and when you are nervous, like, and you come in there and you're kind of like looking at the ground or things like that. You need to come in there, standing tall, straight. I like to patrol around the classroom and things like that, not because I want to have power, but it is more of, if you are not behaving confidently, children can and could exploit that. I'm not saying that all kids will. All students are different in many different countries and many different grades and many different schools, blah, blah. But it's just the fact that if you are not behaving with a true confident mind, kids could exploit that. Kids are kids. You have to think about, even when, not all of us, but when we were students, sometimes when a substitute comes in or even when the real teacher is in, you'll see that dynamic of, if a teacher is not necessarily heavy-handed, but not having that power over the class. Even if you may not feel confident in the classroom, you have to have that 100% air of confidence. Definitely in the same vein of that, you need to always be calm. Don't show your nerves. Don't show that, oh, I might have forgot this part of the lesson, or OMG, I forgot the flash drive, or blah, blah, blah. Don't show those nerves. And also, when it comes to confidence in the classroom, most definitely fake it, fake it, fake it till you make it. I may not be having the best day, but in that classroom, the kids are never going to know that. I'm going to be, you always want to be at the top of your game. Definitely, that is really big on classroom management, and we haven't even gotten into like the deep aspects of it yet. My fourth point is going into it. It all sort of has to do with respect. You want your children, your students, this goes for elementary, middle, high school, even if you're teaching adults. When I taught swimming, I taught adults and even the elderly. Amazing students, but they're still students. Treat every student with full respect if you are expecting respect in return. You have to not demand respect, but when you treat students with respect, they're going to respect you. I think that is just basic principle. A little respect goes a long way. So always, always, always treat your students with full respect. Don't talk down to them. Don't make fun of them. Don't belittle them. Don't disrespect the students. It's easy. Pretty obvious, I think. Here's a big one. This is going into my fifth point now. Attention grabbers. Attention grabbers. I'm going to give you an example of one that I've used for many, many, many years, since 2019 up to now in 2023, and I still use it. So great. It is boom. Sometimes boom. This is silent Pikachu. All I do is exactly like this. I see a lot of kids talking. I see everybody, playing around. I just hold this up. I say out loud, and I project silent Pikachu. Ooh. Silent Pikachu. Everyone on hush mode. I hold this up. They know to hold the silent Pikachu up. Some places call it silent fox. I've heard of silent whatever. Silent Pikachu is what I chose. So I hold this up. All the students know to either hold this up, and sometimes I'll walk around, and when I see kids holding it up, I'll say, okay, good, good, thank you, good, thanks, thanks. And once everyone has this up, or once everyone is quiet, then I proceed. Attention grabbers, there are many, many, many kinds of attention grabbers. Whew, there's so many, wow. I know some where you like, no, that's wrong. Some where you like, da, 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 and the kids will clap back, da, da. I have seen what is also used at my school in my English classroom by my co-teachers is eyes on me, and all the kids will say eyes on you. Attention grabbers, really, really big classroom management. I've always liked the silent fox. I learned it at my old school in Florida because it's simple. Sometimes I don't even say silent Pikachu. I don't even say silent fox. I hold this up. The kids know to put this up. Another aspect that I do with the silent Pikachu is I hold it up and I just start counting down from 10 to 1. 10 to 0, actually. 10 to 0, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Yeah, that pretty much gets them in check. Or also what I like to do sometimes is I just straight up say, everybody sit down. Start from 10 to 0. Nothing's going to happen when I get to 0. But they don't know that. That's the thing. So once everyone is in their seat, boom, proceed with the lesson. Sixth point is, this is a technique that I did learn in Florida at my school in Florida, and pretty simple technique. In my notes, I have it listed as I see 3 students standing. Basically, what this point revolves around is, let's say, for example, we have 20-something kids in a class, and 3 of them are standing, playing around, horsing around. The rest are seated and looking at those students or looking at me. So with those 3 students, what I would say is, don't forget, I'm projecting my voice. I'm not yelling. I just straight up say, I see 3 students standing. I see 3 students standing. Everyone's looking around. Oh, they see those 3 students. Those 3 students know I'm talking about them. Let's say one student sits down. I see 2 students standing. One of those other of the 2 students sits down. I see 1 student standing. Now that student sits down, boom. Now everybody's ready. You're sort of calling them out. This also can be used in a positive context as well. Not everything has to be negative in classroom management. For example, you can kind of flip it as, you see 5 students who are on task. I see 5 students writing the sentence, thank you. Now all of a sudden everybody's going to want to do it because they either want to be acknowledged or they just want to be doing the right thing. Try that out. I think it's a really, really good method. It has its pros and cons, but I use it quite a bit. Learn your students' name. Please learn your students' names. I have said this in previous vlogs before, especially my informative vlogs. It is the hallmark of a great teacher to know your students' names. People like to say, oh, well, we teach over 300 students. We teach over 100 students. Da, 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 da. I like to say it like this, and I'm going to use the context of because I live and I work and I teach and I thrive in South Korea. I used to listen to a lot of K-pop back in the day, aka like 3 years ago. Anyway, I never watched K-dramas either, but I feel like if you listen to K-pop or watch K-dramas and you know the idols' names, you know the actors' names, it takes nothing for you to learn the students' names, especially as you are around them more, you build relationships with them. It's quite easy to just learn their name. Also, it's easy to say, instead of saying, I see 3 students standing, I see name standing, so-and-so standing, so-and-so is on task, thank you, name. See how easy that is? Kids respond more because they don't feel like a number. They don't feel like just a random person. They feel like you know their name. It's so funny. Actually, the other day, literally yesterday, today's Saturday. So I went to fill up my water bottle at the fountain, and a student had came up and he said hi to me. And I looked and I was like, oh, hi. And I said his name. And he was like, oh, teacher, you know my name? And I was like, yes. I was like, I know all of your names. I've been here for over a year now. So just a little thing like that, I believe it helps with classroom management because the kids feel valued and they know your name. So you should try your best to know their names. I'm still learning all of my kids' names, but honestly, I think I got into my 8th point. It is project your voice. You've heard me say it actually probably a few times in the past couple minutes. Very, 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 very important. Do not yell. For 1, it's rude. For 2, why are you yelling at kids or any students of any age? 3, your voice is going to be shot. Promise. You don't want to yell. So you're really going to want to have to pull from your diaphragm. Wow, look at that. Look at that vocab. You're going to pull from your diaphragm and just really project. I just naturally am able to project my voice. But yeah. My 9th point is, and I've said it sort of earlier in the video, be calm. Girl, be calm. Even if a class is completely out of order, completely just chaos, whatever the case may be. I had a class about a week or so ago where one student just kept crying and kept throwing a fit. And my teacher and I were a bit flustered, but I had to remind myself, be calm. I continued the lesson and eventually he stopped. So if I would have been frantic or getting nervous or really shown those nerves, it potentially could have backfired. He would have maybe cried more. We don't know why he was crying actually, but he was. So main point is just be calm, tranquil, zen. It'll really help you out in the long run. 10th point is, this is not a strategy that I personally use, but this is something that my amazing co-teacher, one method that she has used when needed. For example, if a class is just got back from PE and they're super riled up and they're just just crazy, what she will do is sort of initiate a bit of a quiet time. She'll literally just have all the students, she will tell them in Korean to sit down, straight up, hands on the desk, feet straight, and just have them close their eyes and relax for a little bit. Maybe for less than a minute or 2 or a bit longer, just depending on the severity of the situation. And when she has them open their eyes, it's like some magic has came over them and now she's ready to move on with the lesson. I don't know where she learned that from, but I do think that it was very much worth telling you all to potentially I think that it's a good method. From what I've seen, it has always worked. My 11th point, remember, none of these are in particular order. This is just the notes that I took when I was creating this vlog. Please remember, and this more so goes for teachers who are teaching in other countries, doesn't have to be South Korea. If you're teaching in a country that you natively speak the language and all the students natively speak your language, this point may not apply so much. However, please remember that if you are teaching overseas or in EPiK, these students do not natively speak your language. So in my context, not all the students natively speak English, and that's okay. There's many, many languages in the world. I love language so much, but I say that to say, please be patient with them. I never run up in a classroom and just instantly bust in. And sometimes I talk a little bit fast, like as you can tell sometimes in my videos, but I never bust into a classroom and I'm like, okay, everybody needs to be quiet today because we're going to play this game and I need you to sit down, you to sit down, please sit down, everybody sit down, we're going to don't do that. Andwe. Don't do that just because, like I said, they may not natively speak English. So I really like to take my time, enunciate my words. And when you do that, it shows a layer, an air of confidence, which you want. You want that confidence in the classroom. You want that authority in the classroom. You want that respect. You want to have the respect. You want to give the respect as well. That's how you can run a well-oiled machine of classroom management. Just remember that the students do not natively speak your language, so pick and choose your words carefully when managing a classroom. Another thing, this is pretty big, discipline. So I do believe discipline is important. However, I didn't write this down, but I was thinking about it the other day. This goes with the respect thing. These are not your kids. These students are not your kids. Doesn't matter the age, even if you're teaching adults, it is not your place as a teacher for the most part to discipline the students, especially in the context of an EPiK teacher or an overseas teacher. The discipline more so goes toward the co-teacher. The co-teacher will handle that. Let them handle that. The point that I was trying to make, however, was that do not discipline these kids. It's not your place. I don't have a child, but if I had a child, I expect and I demand for the teacher to treat my child with respect and to not discipline them in any weird or harsh way. So yeah, that goes with that. I want to just highlight that the co-teacher handles discipline, not you. And most of the time when you are with a co-teacher, again, this is an EPiK context, they will handle the discipline. They sometimes already have a way of classroom managing. So when I came in, the attention grabber was eyes on me, eyes on you. I sort of came in and I implemented Silent Pikachu through my own English camp. Yeah, but I honestly I've never personally, in all my years of working with students of all ages, I've never really had to discipline anyone. I never had to talk to parents. I never had to do anything like that. That may just speak to the way that I run my classrooms, and it may not be like that for everybody. Like I said, I understand that classroom management, like I said, is a fickle thing. So if you do have any particular issues in your classroom, please comment below, and I can do my best to help. So yes, last point that I want to make. Wow, we're at the end of the video. Last point that I would like to make, as I was planning for this vlog, this informative vlog this week, I actually had a situation on 12/5/23. Not really a situation, a real life example where you really want to get other students to sort of help you with the classroom management. And what I mean by that is you most likely will have a student who is the most vocal or maybe the most well-known, or maybe they have a lot of friends. For example, I had a fourth grade class, and really good fourth grade class, but we had just got done with the first half of our game. Everyone was really excited, talking amongst each other and ready for the next half of the game. So what I did was I held up the Silent Pikachu, and one of my students, he was in my English camp where I actually taught Silent Pikachu, so he knows it. And a couple other students from that camp know it in that class as well. And as soon as I held it up, I didn't even say anything. I just held it up. This particular student goes, Silent Pikachu. Everybody, quiet, please. He holds it up. He holds it up. Then two other students hold it up. Then four other students hold it up. Then 10 students hold it up. Then boom, the whole class is quiet. So you really want to have other students help you out. Once you start to get, okay, that concludes my classroom management vlog. I've been wanting to make this one for quite a while because I've had people ask me about it. So this is the vlog for you. I wanted this vlog to be more of not just for EPiK teachers, but for American teachers, for teachers teaching in China, Japan, potentially Spain. Classroom management is a thing that all teachers need, not even just teachers, camp counselors also. I had like a list in my head, but it's very important to be able to know how to not control the classroom, but to really have the attention on you. It's very important, and it just leads to better learning, which is the goal. It's always the goal. Oh, I accidentally kicked this. Yeah, that's it. If you have any questions about classroom management, if I missed anything, please say it in the comments below. Any questions, please ask me. I will do my best to get back to you. You can always email me, DM me on Instagram. Here's my socials. Yeah, thank you guys as always for watching. I can never thank you all enough. I will be doing more vlogs, lifestyle stuff, more informative vlogs like this. Really just, my food is ready. Showing my life here. And yeah, if there's anything that you want to see from my channel, like I said, just comment below. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this helps. If you learned anything, please let me know. Classroom management. You can do it. I will see you in the next vlog.